Now, what's the new way? So I'm going to actually just copy this data here. Doof. Alright, so I have this data, I have num up here. So let's just change that to a question mark. Now, with fetch, you can push in some data. So we're going to go Q1. Or not Q1, we're going to push in num. Doop. Now I'm fetching off a num. What that num is going to do, since I need to turn that into an array. Doot, doot, doot. So what the question mark means is I can fill in those spots with as an array. Each item in the array will fill in. Okay, after a few corrections on my end, really badly on my end, I'm going to kind of rephrase what I just did here. I totally messed up on pushing out queries and prepare statements correctly. So say if you just want to do a quick query or pulling of data, the best thing to do is you can use query, which is you see as an old data of pushing in data. I set the fetch mode just to tell it what type of fetch I want. You don't actually have to do that to do fetch. I can actually remove this right here and fix that. Now, this next section right here is using an actual prepared statement correctly, running execute, and then pulling all that data over. And this is where it's basically supplement the array data in for each question mark. So whatever order your array's in is the order it's going to go in for each question mark. There's one other way to go, but I haven't made it that far yet for you guys. So we're going to actually run the statement. And it actually pretty much appeared already here while I was testing it. Boom. I have a printer. So I got template, ID, template, title, ta-da. The magic worked. Now, what is this last one I'm talking about, or how do these question marks work? So let's say I set a limit here. Limit, question mark. I should get an error off of this. Main reason why is my array only has one value in it. Boom. Boom. It throws me an error. Because the execute, what I did is I prepared my statement. I said 2 question marks in it. From those 2 question marks, I told it to execute with the data I push in. In this case, the data I'm pushing in is num, which has an array which is of 1. Only one value with one answer. So I'm asking for 2 with 2 question marks. So that means I need to go comma 1. So I have 2 pieces of data. If I refresh now, boom, works. Just limits down the data down to 1. Now, since I did a limit, I can't really do a row fetch. It doesn't quite work that way. Now, what happens if I want to have names for my array? You can actually have names for your array. Or what happens if I have multiple items in the array and I only have one part of data I'm pulling? Boom. Still throws you in. You have too much data in your array to be able to answer. Now, I'm going to copy this right here. Reason why I'm copying this is I want to show you, instead of using question marks, you can use names, array names. So we're going to go here, ID. So I said a double dot, ID. No spaces, just ID. Now, right now, it'll instantly break. And I'm going to update all these to query 3. This will just make it a little bit easier than having to run over the same value and over again. So if I go refresh, boom. Top one, middle one's fine. Bottom one's not. Mainly because it's looking for a name of ID. I have no ID name in my array. Now this goes back to defining a key and then defining a value in the array. In this case, I need to define it. So I need to go ID is equal to 1. Now if I refresh, it should push in that data. Boop. There we go. So now I got an answer. What it's basically doing is saying, find this name in my array and push it in. That's all it's doing. Now, let's set another name in here. Name, or actually, let's set title. Home. Now, let's refresh. Throws me in there. My array has too much data in it. It's going to go back to that. I have data in my array that I'm not using, and I'm trying to execute off of it. It will always cause an issue. That's kind of one thing you need to watch out for, because I can go where ID is equal to that, and template underline title is equal to, and I'm actually using the wrong brackets, or the wrong single quotes, is equal to, now what did I name it? I named it title. And it'll allow me to push in both data. boom, page loads. So that's kind of a little bit behind how to use PDO. I didn't go into great detail. I'm sorry about that. It's not one of the major things I use. I'm still learning it at the moment, or trying to relearn it to some extent. New things are being added. One of the great things about it, which I didn't show here, which I need to show you, is say you want to drop that connection. You don't do MySQL die or MySQL quit or die or whatever, disconnect, whatever type of command you have set up if you're using a class or if you're using the basic call. In this case, all you do is go right here. So our database connection is DBC, right? DBC is equal to null. Boom. That connection is lost. It should not throw me an error. Boom. There we go. Basically, all you're doing is saying remove this variable. Another way you can do it is go empty. Another way is empty. Boom. Basically, what you're doing is just making the variable empty of anything that you put into it. It just goes back to scratch like it never existed, pretty much. Empty definitely makes it to scratch. Null just makes it where the data is equal to nothing. Null. That's what null is. If you have any questions on this, I'm sorry if it was a little bit jumpy. Trying to get this down right for this one. Hopefully I solved kind of the basic gestures. Don't use the first method that I showed. Use the second or use the third. Second makes it harder to read if you go back on your code. Third one makes it pretty easy because it's calling off the name or the keys in the array. If there's any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to help you. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a comment or like below. If you want to keep up with all activities on the channel, click subscribe. And if you would like to watch another video, there's some videos listed down below here. And thanks for watching.